So I guess
tell us about the collapse, Dan.
The big two words that you will hear with regards to the collapse of this Bronze Age collapse, whether they caused it or whether they were just part of circumstance, the two words are sea peoples. So
Now,
do you want to talk about the sea peoples, Chris? Oh,
before we go into the sea people, which we will, I'm curious to know before we actually start on this journey, because look, a lot of the research we're going to be doing on this, we're going to be doing as we go. So I'm curious to know, Dan, what do you think, before we start this, before we really dig into it, what do you think caused the Bronze Age collapse?
I think I see a lot of parallels with the Roman Empire, and I know it's mentioned a lot as well. So you have with the Bronze Age collapse, you have a major area with 5 or 6 major empires, and over the period of about 100 years, they all either diminish or go extinct. And Egypt is the only real survivor, but their empire is severely diminished from this. And I've seen a lot of things that drought had a big drought was one thing that initially pushed people to migrate, and obviously there's wars and all those type of things. And it's interesting because whenever a huge empire of nations collapse, it's catastrophic, because you don't just lose those nations, but you lose the trade, you lose the levels of mathematics and tool making and all those type of things, and the literacy. So literacy back in the ancient times was probably 2% for people to be able to read and write. But if you lose that 2%, then your writing is gone, and a lot of other things go with it. And that's why you go into those dark ages. And obviously from this, we've heard that there's a 400 period of not much history happening. So, and I think
that's the interesting thing. So essentially what happens is, and I'm just going to come out and say, I think it was the sea people. I'm going to blame the sea people.
Okay.
I've got some theories on the sea people, but
interesting.
I think the sea people is the main cause. Essentially what happens is everything's going all grand and swimmingly in Bronze Age Mediterranean basin.